Hey everybody, I'm Nathaniel Kwaku, creator of Growing Up Immigrant, and this is the Immigrant Roundup. I am joined by my good friend from way back when, Michelle Kim, aka Tanisha Bay. What's up, Michelle?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Happy to be here.
Hey man, it's good to have you. I've known you for how long?
Oh man, so 7th grade?
That was actually
That
a test.
was a test.
That was
I
a
know,
test.
I know. Because typically I would say high school.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they'd give me a hard time and say, well, actually, I knew you in 7th grade and I feel bad.
Yeah.
So 7th grade. So
Context, Michelle didn't know me in middle school, but I knew her. So I like to think that I knew her, I've known her since then. But anyway, I've known you for a long time, and it's been such an honor having you as part of this cast. I mean, I actually, I think I told you this, but I wrote this role with you in mind.
I love that.
Like,
Well, I love that because you still had me audition.
ooh, formalities, yes. I mean,
which was good because like it's important to have that level of professionalism, and then also like you don't, just because I might have credibility in your personal life, you just don't know how I would be in my audition.
I was going to give it to you regardless.
No.
You're Korean American, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did your culture inform, your childhood, and how does it inform your adulthood?
Yeah, there's actually a shift because growing up in Bakersfield, which is predominantly Caucasian, and I was the token Asian growing up, and that was like my claim to fame. It was a very common thing to hear, like, I don't even see you as Asian, like you don't seem Asian. And that was a actual area of pride for me, that like I'm whitewashed. You know? And so I grew up trying to actually be as white as possible. And here's the thing, I went to a school that has predominantly Asian people.
For college, right?
Yes, for college. And I had identity crisis because I didn't feel special. And like my freshman year was actually really tough because I thought I was a statistic and no longer like the 1%.
Wow.
I was now the 90%.
Wow.
And not even just being Asian, but being Korean American, and then having Vietnamese friends and Japanese friends and Chinese friends, and then just realizing how different all of our cultures are and how I need to be proud of being Korean, not ashamed of being Korean, and I can celebrate other cultures as well. And so unfortunately, it took me like 20 years to get to that point.
It was a bit of the same process for me too. I didn't get proud of my African identity until I was in that midst of other people of African descent.
Right.
But up until then, it was like, I think when I was younger, I went to a private school, so I was like, I tried to, be one of the white kids, rock my skater shoes and all that good stuff, puka shells.
Yeah.
And then I got to like middle school, and it was like, oh, wait, you gotta be Black American now. So I rocked the do-rags and the headbands and the J's, and then I think what we're saying is that the identity crisis doesn't stop at a certain point. It's constantly, you're constantly assessing your identity.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this series is about. How would you describe Tanisha?
Oh, she's sassy.
Sassy.
She is sassy, and she doesn't follow the rules. She beats to her own drum, even professionally. Like, she's an intern.
Yeah. She's an intern, but she's a boss
But
intern.
she is a boss, but she's like, I'm gonna own this internship,
Yes.
I'm not bound by my title.
Yeah. Filming that scene where you and Rasil are kind of going at each other, man, it was such, so I got so much joy out of watching that scene. How was filming that for you? And you did it so effortlessly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It was really fun to play with that tension in the room and be able to stand up for women and say, no, I mean, we have the same desires.
Yeah, man. I watched you feel like, I saw like liberation watching that. So, Michelle, man, I'm so grateful for your time and for your energy and just for who you are, what you bring to the table. Before I let you go, I want to do some speed fire questions.
Let's do it.
So just the first thing that pops into your head, all right? Immigration.
Thanks, Mom.
Culture.
Yay! All of it.
Korea.
Hi.
Diversity.
Bring it on.
America.
Love it.
Jollof rice.
Really delicious.
Kimchi.
Even better.
Stockdale High School.
Mustangs!
Yo, Michelle, you're legit, girl. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
So proud of you.
So if you want to catch more Growing Up Immigrant, be sure to check our YouTube page and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.